Look, let's just agree that OnePlus Nord has always been like the default, the safe bet around 30k. I mean, the OnePlus Nord 5 was a pretty great all-rounder, and now this is here, the brand new OnePlus Nord 6. On paper, this has some big upgrades, some big ones, but there's also some doubts. Also, is OnePlus leaving India? This is Rupesh, you're watching Sillycorns. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, that bell icon for the coolest tech videos ever. And it's time to find out the real truth about the OnePlus Nord 6. The real truth, not the unreal truth. So this is the new OnePlus Nord 6 versus the Nord 5 side by side, and yes, the Nord 6 has that OnePlus 15 look with the new squircle camera island, a more clean sort of design, more simpler, and it's got the matte plastic back which actually looks a lot like glass, and yeah, no fingerprints, a plastic frame with rounded corners just like the Nord 5, and yes, it is thicker now at 8.5mm, also about 6 grams heavier compared to the Nord 5, but I'm perfectly fine with this size because this gets a, wait for it, a 9000 mAh battery. Yup, 9000 mAh versus 6800 mAh on the Nord 5, and yup, the mid-range battery game has gone big now. I mean, how will the 5000 mAh phones even compete? And you know how a lot of phones last for like 1 day and more, some last almost 2 days? This is a 2-day plus phone period. 2 days and more, 2.5 days. I mean, I've been consistently getting 10 hours of screen time with gaming, social media, camera, everything, almost every single time I've tested this, and it's actually insane. I mean, you kind of forget it, you even need to charge this thing, it's that good. And when you do need to charge this, you get the 80-watt charger in the box that does it full in around 70 minutes. And no, there's no wireless charging, of course, but this can now do reverse charging at 27 watts versus 5 watts on the Nord 5, so you can use it as a power bank for all the 5000 mAh phones. And apart from the charge, you get a color-matched case in the box, there's a pre-applied screen protector too. The phone's also gotten more durable, it's got crystal guard protection on the front, which is said to be on par with Victus Plus, so yeah, better than the Gorilla Glass 7i on the Nord 5. Also, this finally has the IP66, 68, 69, 69K ratings, which again, the Nord 5 did not have. So yes, OnePlus actually listened on this one. And these upgrades are actually good on a phone that sells a lot. Even the display gets 2 big upgrades. First up, the phone is a bit shorter now. So this is a 6.78-inch AMOLED versus 6.83 inches last year. And a lot of the good stuff is still there. 1.5K, 10-bit colors, HDR10, PWM dimming. And yes, 2 big upgrades. One, it's 165Hz now, though it mostly runs at 120, except for some games like the OnePlus 15, 15R. And yes, you can run games at 165 FPS with frame interpolation. 2, the brightness is now 1800 nits in high brightness mode, up from 1400, and the display itself is very pleasing to look at. Very good colors, also has HDR in Netflix and YouTube. And that aside, there's also some smaller upgrades like better speakers here. See, the speaker here sounds louder, especially with this volume boost feature, and there's also more bass, so more enjoyable. I mean, just listen for yourself. And even haptics have changed. It lost a bit of crispiness, but is stronger at the same time, so good. Connectivity-wise, there's new Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, plus a lot of things remain the same as the Nord 5, like 5G Advanced with Geo, NFC, IR Blaster. The optical fingerprint scanner is fast, but yes, still placed way too low. But the biggest upgrade, apart from the battery, is obviously the performance. I say that because it runs Snapdragon 8s Gen 4 up from 8s Gen 3 last year. You also get LPDDR5X RAM, and there's 256GB UFS 4.1 storage this time versus UFS 3.1 last year. Also gets the tri-chip setup like the OnePlus 15, and the benchmark scores are great. More than 2.3 million in Antutu 2, nice Geekbench numbers true. 3D Mark scores are good too, but your stability is at 50%. But hey, we have been testing a lot of games on this, like COD can do 144 FPS, BGMI can do native 120 FPS, which you can push to 165 FPS with the frame interpolation feature. And no, it's not a constant 165, but still very smooth. I also played Genshin, where I got like 59.6 FPS average over 30 minutes. So yeah, the performance is great. With something like Wuthering at maxed out graphics, there are some frame drops, and after long gameplay, the phone also gets a bit warm, but overall this has killer gaming performance for the price. And it's got all the gaming features like high resolution, hyper HDR, bypass charging, all of that. Now, even otherwise, this runs very smooth. I mean, you know how OxygenOS 16 is. Your juicy, lovely animations, apps launch and close quickly. You get useful things like app shortcuts, the Mindspace feature which works with the plus key to quickly save anything on your screen, or even, record quick voice notes. It's also got Gemini integration, so you can ask Gemini to pull up whatever you save, very useful. And it's also got all the great AI features like AI Writer, which works everywhere, AI Portrait Glow, which uses AI to analyze the lighting and enhances your portrait shots accordingly. And yes, there are some pre-installed apps and Glance which you can disable. And as for updates, you get 4 years of major major updates and 6 years of security patches, so no complaints there. And coming to the cameras, that's where things get a bit interesting. I mean, the ultra-wide camera remains the same 8-megapixel camera, and the main camera is a 50-megapixel LYT600, which is smaller than the LYT700 last year, and yeah, still no telephoto. And the selfie camera is a 32-megapixel camera, down from 50-megapixel last year. Now, I know the specs aren't mind-blowing, and this is not a camera-centric phone, but we have been testing things, and let me show you something interesting. So here are some comparison shots, and first up, the Nord 6 has slightly more boosted colors compared to the more natural Nord 5, but when you actually zoom in and look closely, the Nord 6 has better exposure, better shadows, and more detail. It also gets better low-light photos and 2x shots, so that was a surprise, and I think I know why. Because photos were consistently bigger compared to the photos from the Nord 5 every single time, so there's some software magic going on. As for portraits, sometimes the Nord 6 wins with better detail, which is nice, but sometimes the Nord 5 has better edge detection and more neutral skin tones. The selfies are good too, the photos are sharp and fairly detailed. Yes, I would have liked a bit more natural skin tone, but other than that, it's fine. And in terms of videos, there's 4K 30fps recording support from the front, 4K 60fps supported on the rear, and this is a video shot from the Nord 6 camera. So let me know what you guys think. Look, overall, I'd say this is a pretty big upgrade over the Nord 5. I mean, the design is now more similar to the latest OnePlus flagships. It's also gotten more durable now, which is something we have been asking for a long time. The display gets nice upgrades, performance is a big jump, and the 9000 mAh battery lasts crazy long. The cameras don't get the big upgrades, but things seem to be optimized well. So yes, again, if you ask me, a very solid all-rounder, and this now starts at 35,999 with the bank discount for the 8 256GB variant. Goes on sale on 9th April, and yes, prices have gone up, but for the kind of upgrades it brings, especially in 2026, I think this is good pricing. And about all those doubts around OnePlus, yes, there are rumors about OnePlus exiting a lot of global markets, but in India, things remain pretty normal. And OnePlus users can now, access a lot of Oppo service centers, so wider coverage in terms of service and support. And yeah, updates and support should remain as is. But hey, coming back to the OnePlus Nord 6, I want to know your thoughts on the price. Do you think this is value for money? Let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching. Don't leave without subscribing. Bye.